Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel, whether you're new or coming back. Thank you for being here, and let's jump into the reading right away. All right, so we'll pull an oracle card first for each of the twins. I've got my Whispers of the Ocean deck with me, and yes, I have my Lanai t-shirt or shirt. And then we'll go into the energies for each of the twins. We'll get an answer to an additional question about the twin flame journey right now. And then we'll get to see how are the twins seeing the connection at this time. Actually, I might do a message from each twin. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? We'll exchange messages between the twins. Okay. We're back, as you can see by my outfit, we're back to colder weather in New York. It was summer for a couple of days, and now we're back to early spring. It's crazy, but you know what? I am embarking on my big journey tomorrow. So the most important part for me is that it's not gonna rain, and so I can get to the airport safely. I can catch my flight safely with, you know, as little theoretical disruption as possible. And then I really don't care. And then 3 weeks later, it's like fast forward to the time when I'm back. It's gonna be a much better weather. It's gonna be pool season. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, feminines. Your card is number 36, blend into the environment. You have many skills and can fit into any situation. Take time to assess what is going on around you and adapt accordingly. Adaptation right now. So it's essentially not about like coming into a new situation saying, I'm gonna show you how it's done, or I don't really care what you've been doing so far, I'm gonna do my thing, right? This is the opposite, where it's actually useful for you to learn something from the situation, from other people involved, from the circumstances, and of course take it how it resonates for you. It can refer to a relationship. It can refer, of course, to some kind of new project that you're starting in a new partnership with someone. Maybe you're moving into a new place. Maybe you're even in travel, like in my example, right? Where it's like, you know, there are, especially if you're traveling abroad, if there's a difference in lifestyle, in culture, in nutrition, I don't know, anything, right? Is it like, do I adapt and comply, or do I stick to my own and just resist? Right? And there is a good time for both of those things, like, or, you know, either one. But right now you're asked to adapt. Okay, for masculines, we have number 12. It's one of my favorite cards. Replacing what was lost. Look at this beautiful starfish. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew. Create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon, right? It's almost the opposite, I would say. So masculines are advised to take a new, fresh look at the situation. It's almost like, because it's also called replacing what was lost, it's almost like if something was lost, that's exactly the way it was meant to happen, to leave your energy, for you to stop investing into it, because it wasn't going to bring the desired outcome with the best possible results, right? And now you have space to start something new. Maybe if it's even the same domain, the same area, but this is a sign, you know, that you're supposed to rethink the how, the what, the who, right? And hopefully you already had some gut feel for what it is, or what didn't feel right, or what wasn't going well, and now you get to actually, maybe you just felt complied to follow the contract, previous agreements, wanted to follow through initial investment, all that, but now you actually have that freedom to start fresh. Okay, let's see what we have in our energies. I'm using the Tarot of Mystical Moments today. One of my favorite decks, so beautiful. I don't think I'll be taking it with me. It's quite big and heavy. So yeah, let's enjoy while we can. Let's get some clarifiers actually. I will bring a few decks with me, but it's not gonna be a lot because of, you know, my trip is pretty expensive, and it will require a lot of things for me to have with me and to be traveling with. So I still want to stick to one suitcase, so I'm not taking a lot of cards this time. Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and we had Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. So there is this, both of those energies are kind of place where you feel uneasy, where you're not really sure which way to go or how to make the decision that will make everyone happy, something along those lines. Okay, let's see, let's get more info. There's another one of those. We got Two of Swords here. Three of Wands clarified by Two of Swords for the feminines. Yeah, so that's how you're supposed to see yourself and the impact you're making, you know, like this big mountain, you see like buildings, cities around you, right? Like even a small move or a small sharing from you makes a big impact. So while you're in the impasse position that you're rethinking and deciding, so what is my best move? Is it this? Is it that? And you're taking your sweet time. You're not really moving at all because you don't know what's the right move, right? It's a waste of time and waste of energy because you're spending your energy on this thinking that doesn't really produce results because you still feel stuck at the end of the day, right? Instead of spending it on, you know, making a positive impact on the collective, on, you know, your loved ones, and to yourself. Maybe it's even a question regarding your own life and your next move. All right, so just know that it's important. The Three of Wands is about intention setting, and it's important to start making moves, right? The intention setting is not about just writing it down on a piece of paper and forgetting about it, right? Like that's a good part, right? But the difference is when you set intentions, this is like a contract signing, and both sides, both you and the universe, have your part, right? And you're supposed to start yours. That's how it works. It's not like, okay, show me a few things that, you know, that I know that this is going to be a success and then I'll pitch in. No. For masculines, we have Nine of Wands clarified by the Hierophant. Also some fears, but in this deck, it's actually more like, you know, I've been burned before, so I'm a little cautious about this new thing. And that could be about this new thing that you're starting. That could also stem from stories that you heard from other people or something that you were advised against doing. Like, you know, maybe when you were little, like let's say your parents would say, don't do this to other people. Like if you started something, never quit. You know, you're supposed to see it through till the end, right? And even if you, like in your situation, it might speak to someone's scenario here that, you know, you keep getting scars, you keep getting burned, getting painful experiences, and you keep coming back because somebody taught you when you were young that you're not supposed to quit if you committed to something, right? Some kind of inner conflict in there. But remember, I'm just gonna add that in whatever this card's message was actually that you're supposed to start fresh with new perspective, new energy. So please don't repeat exactly the same thing you've been doing. This is the DSD time. Do something different. Okay, additional question. Page of Cups clarified by Five of Swords. Beautiful Page of Cups. This is like the beginning of an honest conversation. That's what I'm getting here. You know, when there's not enough trust or knowledge yet to just pour your heart out, whether it's to yourself or to someone close to you. But there is definitely a desire to stop pretending or protecting yourself too much, because then it doesn't make sense to do that at all, right? Whatever this communication or relationship is. So how does it resonate for the feminines? Six of Cups, Six of Wands. If you're connected to your heart, that brings you, that makes you happy, and that on its own is a victory, right? There shouldn't be always like a very tangible goal, like, okay, I'm trying to, you know, like a tangible goal, like, I don't know, this is a useful connection for me, so I'm supposed to make just enough effort to keep it alive, because I may need this person's help at some point, so I better keep them close, right? Like, really, like, if that's your motivation, there is a chance that it's not going to be a good quality relationship, right? Because what gets us to the win here, to feeling like it's real, like it's happening, is speaking from your heart and acting from your heart. And of course, again, naturally, if you're interested authentically, truthfully from your heart, it's not going to be a chore for you to, I don't know, be proactive, or to share some good words, or to support a person, or to want to get to know them better, right? Like, it comes to us naturally as human beings, right? It's part of that networking, of that, you know, getting closer to a person. So, and that's what it's supposed to be, like a natural flow. What does it mean for masculines? King of Cups and the Empress. Yeah, so the masculines can actually see how when they're speaking from their heart, it's like, it doesn't necessarily make them weak. It doesn't actually make them weak at all, right? And that's been one of the reasons why they have been overly reserved, why they haven't been giving much, why they have been kind of like watching from the distance. I call it like stalking from the bushes, you know, and like the person is always like checking your reaction and observing and like carefully thinking like what to say and what to ask, because they want to see your reaction, they want to extract specific information from you, right? That's not authentic, that's not from the heart. It doesn't mean that it's completely different, but the intention, again, the vibration of that energy is very different, right? So they can see now how opening up actually creates, well, oxymoron, but anyway, or a tautology rather, creates the creativity here, right? Like, it brings freedom and so much more potential. And it actually automatically gives to each of the people in this relationship. So you don't really need to try hard, right? Like, how do I make sure I'm a good friend to this person? Or how do we build this romantic relationship, right? Like, I guess I need to do my homework and figure out what I'm supposed to do here. No, this is supposed to be your intuitive guidance. But in order to get it, you're supposed to connect to your heart space, to connect to your feelings here with King of Cups, right? And then you don't really need to work hard to make something up. It'll just be there. It'll come from there. Of course, it will be still filtered through your personality, your life experience, but you know, that's a process. That's, you know, it's a continuous process of discovering who you are, of growing as a person, all of those things. But if you never really look there, if you never really listen, then you're never gonna find out. If you're only like following certain templates or patterns that you've learned somehow through your life. Oof, good one, I like it. Okay, let's get some messages. I'm gonna do a quick shuffle of the Hermit Tarot deck. Whoa. I'm doing a new installment of Mindfully Awake today, so remember to check in at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I will post a link to the show when it's available, or you can catch a recording, and of course I will share the link. Okay, we'll do through here and we'll do through here. This deck is really hard to shuffle, so I'm just gonna follow my pattern. Okay, so what do the feminines have to say to masculines? Sex with you, definitely, and I need more balance. Yeah, so that's that Two of Pentacles that we saw, but also Two of Swords, right? It's like, do I go for this connection just because, you know, I feel sexual drive, right? Like, is that good enough, or I need to be better than that, right? It's like going back and forth on that. But that's how balance is found eventually, right? Like through that Llama's Gate, or through, I always forget what it's called. Yeah, anyway, through that movement, extreme movement, one way, another way, that's how you actually settle on that balance. So it feels a little rocky, maybe a little lonely, but feminines are definitely getting to the new level of that a rebalance. Pendulum effect. There we go. I remembered the word now. What do masculines have to say to the feminines? I'm too afraid to talk to you, sex, and you're so beautiful, why do you need me? So yeah, there's loneliness on one side, fear on another side, essentially similar emotions. Sex, again, on either side, that pull, that usually if one twin has it, another one has it as well, because telepathically there's a very strong bondage there, right? Our sexual energy is like our life force, our life power, right? So that's a very strong bond and activation, right? So I already gave some advice to masculines about the sexual energy yesterday in the reading of how to turn it into something creative in your life. And I don't just mean art, I mean anything you do in your life can use some creativity, I can guarantee you, right? So see where some of that creativity could be used, could be beneficial for you to use it that way, especially if your feminine is not around and you cannot just kind of like do that specific physical exchange with the feminine, right? And yeah, there is some fear of, I like you so too much, or this is like this rose, like the rose is so beautiful, but every time I come close, I get the scars. Look at this design on this artwork, right? Like that's essentially that fear, right? And previous history or somebody in my life, whoever that figure of authority is, have told me that I shouldn't really be going back to a situation that has hurt me like that, right? So there is that on the fence, and of course there's always something extra that comes up to support your brain, right? Like, oh, you're too beautiful, why do you need me, right? Like it's not worth trying anyway because I'm gonna get rejected, something along those lines. Whew. Okay, I hope this was good for you guys, this was useful. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with others who may benefit from this kind of information. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye.